KFDI, good morning.
Good morning. This is Anjelah Johnson calling.
Anjelah Johnson, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to talk to you. Lots to cover. Anjelah Johnson's going to be at the Orpheum Saturday, April 23rd, right here in Wichita. You can get your tickets at Anjelah.com. We'll send you to her website. So let's get to it. First thing I got to discuss, because I'm a lifelong Chargers fan. You're a former Raiderette, or I guess always a Raiderette. How do you feel about them moving to Vegas?
I'm not happy about it, I'll be honest, because I loved when they were in the Bay Area, because I'm from the Bay Area, so it's like a hometown team. Now they're not hometown, so I feel like a disconnect.
Yeah, no, I get that. You got to cheer in the Super Bowl. What was that like?
It was incredible until we lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know.
We got spanky spanked.
I was afraid to bring it up. Hey, look, the Chargers made it once, and we got spanked, so we will share that in common. How's that?
All right, deal.
Hey, you
promise.
You got a new book out. Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams. When did you first realize you were funny? Like when like as a kid, when you were smart in talking back to your parents. When did you first realize you were funny?
You know what? My entire family is funny, so I didn't know I was funny until I left. Until I went to Hollywood, and I started realizing, my dad's the first comedian I've ever met. He's not a professional comedian, but he was the first guy that I saw always get the laugh in the room,
right,
in the conversation. Like, he was the one who always got the punchline. And so I learned growing up, that's what you do. You say something funny, you get the laugh.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I started doing stand-up comedy, and I was good at it, and I didn't realize I had all this practice from growing up with my dad and my siblings.
You couldn't have always been good at it, though. I mean, there had to have been a couple of instances when you were doing stand-up and it didn't quite go as planned.
Let me tell you, I've been amazing my whole life. No, I'm just kidding. No, definitely there's been shows where I've bombed or the crowd is just not feeling me. I remember early on in my career, so I've always wanted to be more Mexican than I thought I actually was, because I'm Mexican-American, but I don't speak Spanish. It's, one of the topics of my book, which is why it's called Who Do I Think I Am?
Right.
Because it's layered, self-identity, who do I think I am? But it's also who do I think I am to have the audacity to dream such big dreams, and to go for this dream of being an actress. So anyway, I went to this comedy show this one night, and it was Latino night, and every comic that went up before me was very Latino, very had an accent. They were talking in Spanish, all the things. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'll just put on an accent and pretend that I speak Spanish. And that show, I fully bombed. I could not even believe it. And I remember I was dating a guy, and I invited him to that show, and it was so embarrassing because it was one of my first time bombings. But it's the crowd knows. They know when you're lying. They know when you're not being authentic and real. And it wasn't until I started embracing the fact that I don't speak Spanish. I'm not that. I wish I did, but I don't. When I started embracing that and talking about it, then it was we can mess with you. We get you.
Yeah, no, that's good. I love the positivity and the authenticity behind you, the story that you have in your book, which you can pre-order now. It comes out March 15th. Pre-order that, and you can find out more about that at Anjelah.com. But I love the positivity in the book. Yeah, there's some funny there's obviously some funny stories. You're a comedian and an actress, but I love the positivity and encouragement that comes in the book about chasing not only your dream, but encouraging others to do the same.
Yes, thank you. I feel like that's what I love doing is let my story inspire somebody else's story. Let my story be the key that unlocks something in you and reminds you that you can do this as well. That if you dare to live your life with an exclamation point, be brave and bold, anything is possible. And that sounds so cliche, don't give up, anything's possible.
You can do it.
And after a while, it's yeah, for you maybe, but that was me growing up. I wanted to be an actress, but where do you be an actress in San Jose, California? You don't. I knew nothing about it, and I still went for it. And then here I am today. I started as an extra. I started at the bottom, started from the bottom, now we here. I started as an extra on the TV show Friends.
Yeah.
That was my first gig, and it was incredible. And I worked my way up, and then here I am now, just finished doing The Real Dirty Dancing on Fox. And it was an incredible experience. And now I have my book coming out, and all of this from a little girl who had nothing.
Girl, it's happening. It's happening.
You know? Thank you.
I love it. You ever been to Wichita?
I have. I've been to Wichita, and the last time I've been there once, and at the Orpheum. I was there before COVID.
Okay.
And I had the best show there. We didn't know what to expect. We're like, okay, never been to Wichita. We don't know what to expect. The show was fire. The energy was amazing. But let me tell you, this is one thing that I remember from Wichita. I had the best Mexican food that I've ever had in Wichita.
You know.
It was at a little restaurant called La Carreta. I don't know if they're still there because it was a hole in the wall before COVID. So I hope they lasted through the whole pandemic because I fully plan on going back there when I'm there.
Nice. Here's the deal. I got a question for you. Why is Mexican food so good? Because here's how I think about Mexican food. Mexican food is like the iPhone of all cuisines. It's they do like one thing good. They got like 4 or 5 ingredients, but boy, it's just so good.
Oh, it really is. Like, it's so funny. I just posted on my Instagram the other day a bit from my 4th hour special where I talk about how Mexican food is the best food and like not even of all the different Latino foods, like just in all the food categories.
Right.
But I had a lot of people commenting, like Puerto Ricans that are like, oh no, I like arroz con dule, and then you got Dominicans like this, and Cubans are like, oh no, you got to have pasteles and all this kind of stuff. And going through, I was like, but let's think about this, guys. How many Cuban and Puerto Rican restaurants do you see on every corner? Not too many.
Right.
But how many Mexican restaurants do you see? Thank you, honey.
Everywhere.
We in demand.
Yep. I just started making my own tortillas. I will never go back to buying store-bought tortillas.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much. I'm British. I was born in England. Food's very bland.
No way.
Food's very bland over there. So I love cooking, and I started making I watched this sweet little old Mexican lady on TikTok, and her recipe is straight up the best tortillas I've ever had.
I love that. Look at you. You're more Mexican than me. I love it.
Well, let's not get carried away with that. So let's get back to the book. Why start a book? I mean, how important was it for you to share your story? I mean, because that takes a lot to put yourself out there.
Oh yeah. So I've had this document on my computer for like 10 years. And I would put stories in there for my book. And because I've been touring for like almost 15 years now, and I would try new jokes on stage. And this is how it works with stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, we call it cut the fat, which means take out the details, get to the punchline, right?
Yep.
Like that's how stand-up comedy works. But there were some stories that I had to share that I'm like, no, this story deserves all the details because all of these details are really special. But it doesn't work in a stand-up setting. So I'd be like, you know what? I'll write this in a book one day. And I put it on my document on my computer and be like, this is for my book. So for the past 10 years, I've been putting stories in this document that I'm like, this is for my book one day. And then in 2020, when I was home like everybody else, I was talking to my agent, and he was like, you know what? I think it's time that you write a book. And I was like, you know what? I think you're right because I already have all my stories ready to go.
Right.
And that's how it started.
Good for you.
My book.
Good for you. How's Manuel?
Oh, he's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Listen, my husband, he's so good looking. I've been married for almost 11 years now, and I still will like look at him. I'll see pictures, and I'll be like, damn, he is handsome.
He is all mine, girl.
Yes, exactly. Very lucky.
You get asked about kids a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Because I just hyped up my husband, how good looking he is. But, like, people will look at us and be like, oh, y'all should make miniature yous. Like, y'all should definitely do that. But, man, that's a lot of responsibility. That's a lot of, you got to keep this hard. Right. I don't know how parents do it. I don't know how my mom did it.
All right. So, again, Anjelah Johnson, you are talking about your new book coming out March 15th. You can pre-order at your website, anjelah.com, and that is ANJ. ELAH.com.
Yes.
Also, going to be at the Orpheum coming up in April, and it's good. Your shows sell out pretty much everywhere you go, so I don't want people to miss out. Get your tickets early for that. One final question that I'm kind of curious about: with all the roles that you've had in TVs and commercials and movies and your songs and all that, do you prefer doing serious acting or comedic acting, and which is harder?
You know what? When I first moved to Hollywood, dramatic actress, I was like dream role is I want to play a rape victim on Law and Order SVU. Like, that was
I
my
had
dream
the
role.
same dream.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, neither one of us has done it yet,
Right.
so
Right.
maybe we should keep trying.
Okay.
You know,
Dream big.
I had no idea it was going to be funny, but here I am telling jokes. So I like both. I love switching it up and being serious, but I have a natural comedic timing, so that's always fun too. I like it both, though.
All right, very good. Anjelah Johnson, really great talking to you. I hope it's not the first and last time. I hope to get a chance to talk to you again.
Yes.
I'll keep making my tortillas.
Please do bring me some to my show.
Okay, homemade tortillas for you. I'll work it out for you.
I love it. Thank you.
Bye.